Welcome back to The Local Show, a service of Gettys Federal Savings and Loan and Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show, locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, here are your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Welcome back and welcome in. Thank you for spending some quality time with us here on the weekend with Tom and Steve. I'm the creative director at Zoey Advertising, Tom Soccocio Jr., but you can call me Tom. And then Steve Roberts is the owner of Zoey Advertising, and we do this little thing called The Local Show where we talk and champion local businesses.
There's food here, Tom.
To them. And there's food on this particular segment.
Tom, there's food.
This particular segment's got the food. So go check it out on YouTube because you can see everything behind the scenes on the YouTube channel. We're going to be talking with Joe Salvagni, who is the general manager of the Rice Box, and then owner of the Rice Box, Dan Feng, is here as well. RiceboxRestaurant.com. You can go online and check out their whole menu, RiceboxRestaurant.com. Joe, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Last time we saw you, you were doing a little ice cream action and had a place.
Yes, sir.
And now you've made a transition to something new. Tell people about your background and how you got involved with Rice Box.
Sure. So clearly, I owned an ice cream stand, but I have a dear friend at church, Mr. Dan Feng, and we had some opportunities come up. Of course, I shared last time, food is my ultimate favorite and passion. So we had some opportunities, and we're partnering up together and eating some amazing Chinese cuisine.
Yeah,
so
that's excellent.
What am I eating?
What's Steve eating?
Okay, so you've got curry chicken, some homemade fried rice, and it looks like, some General Tso's chicken.
Curry chicken. My favorite Asian, my favorite.
Awesome.
Either Indian or Chinese favorite.
Yes.
That's nice.
So good.
It's the best I've ever tasted. I got to be honest with you. I only know how to be honest.
No, Tom doesn't have a filter, so if he doesn't like it, you probably won't like the show. Why? Why did you partner? How did that happen?
So honestly, we go to church together on Sundays, and through some friendship, there was an opportunity for me to come on board. It actually started off with mowing some lawns, and it just grew from there. Dan's an amazing guy and offered me some opportunities to grow in my own life, but as well with opportunities to grow some projects, and the Rice Box was one of them.
Excellent.
And I took it head on and super excited. It's amazing food, and that's right up my alley.
So, Dan, why'd you drag this guy in?
I couldn't say no. We were just talking one day, and one thing led to another, and it actually did start around the food because as I got to know Joe, I got to understand from his background there were ways and opportunities that I happened to be looking at the same time, and it just seemed like a natural fit. One thing led to another.
Sure.
We kept talking, and talking turned into working, and working turned into food.
So tell us a little bit about your history and how you came to, be cooking Chinese food here in America.
The short version of the story, actually, the Rice Box idea, I still have to go back to my father's legacy. His goal was always helping people understand each other. There's a cultural component to internationals living and thriving in the United States. And he always had a very strong sense or a feeling that food is something that is a way to bring people together.
Yes.
Meetings were always done over food. Conversations were always done over food. It gives you an openness and an honesty that when you're meeting face to face, and it just allows you to be a little freer.
I'll step out. It's a biblical principle, right?
It is.
People come together in a different way than a business meeting. Hi.
Right.
When there's food and there's relationship,
Right.
There's communication at a much higher and deeper level.
Right.
Is that fair?
Yes, Absolutely.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And Steve, you've been around. You've done missionary work and been down to Sri Lanka and everything
been to a few
like that.
places, yeah.
You've been- and the same thing there, right? Where it kind of crosses cultural boundaries.
Absolutely. We had dinner this last Saturday with a couple that we know from India, and we spent some months with
Amazing.
them, weeks with them. Several years ago is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And she made chicken curry.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, we brought chili. How would you?
Yeah,
she
right.
had curry. I was like, I'll skip it. Can I have some more of that? And it was just amazing. And you build relationships around those things.
Right.
So is the restaurant a sit down or is it a takeout or how does it work?
Today we're takeout only.
Okay. Okay. And where's it located if they were to go take it out?
The corner of James Street and Catherine Street.
So James Street. So I'm only going up to 2 or 3 blocks from the bottom there. Whatever it is.
Yep.
Up. Is it on the right? It's on the right.
It's
correct?
on the right side.
Okay. When are you open, and how do people try some of this amazing food? How's it work?
Right now we're only open for lunch.
Okay.
So you got to get us either on the website or on DoorDash or Grubhub.
Okay.
Between 10 and 2.
Wow. Tom, you all right over there? You're
I'm
smiling.
doing good, yeah.
Tom
Very
is.
good.
Yeah. Okay.
I was happy.
Okay. What are some of the most popular dishes?
My favorite is the orange beef. It's a delicious slice of beef. It's marinated, it's tender, but it's got hints of citrus in it. It's so good, creamy. It's delicious.
Yeah, YouTube viewers would watch Joe smile when he talked about the orange beef. I'm glad he had his teeth cleaned. He shined up. So you really like that personally?
I just love all of the food that we offer. It is food in general, but this is
Outstanding.
amazing.
So is rice? Are there different? Talk to me about rice for a second, because sometimes rice seems great, and sometimes it seems like a wet package of white something that isn't all that special.
I'm gonna give you a long answer.
Okay.
So the long answer is it has a lot to do with how it's prepared.
Okay.
The chef that we're working with, he's classically trained from Hong Kong. He's actually been in Syracuse for a while. You may have eaten his food before. Okay. He spent a little time at the Hunan Empire up in Mattydale.
That was very good too. Yeah.
He spent a little time at the Golden Peach when it was open in Liverpool.
Okay.
He spent a little time at the China Cafe in Manlius. And he actually did Bamboo Garden in Cicero too.
Okay.
So he's been around. He's been working with us for going on 13 years, 12, 13 years now.
Okay.
Right.
And I think what you're talking about is there's kind of a passion for the food that you have to have. And we're working with one of those chefs that has that. Mm-hmm. So yes, not all rice is the same.
So riceboxrestaurant.com is the info.
Yes.
And if they want to call Monday to Friday, what days are you open?
Monday to Friday.
So great business lunch, or pick it up, or order for takeout at 214-3710.
Correct.
Okay. So last thing, why your restaurant? There's a lot of Asian restaurants. Why would someone step over to you folks?
I would say it's unique, and it does. Just like Dan was saying, it comes back from the passion of the chef. The passion and the expertise of our chef pours right into our plate. And when you eat his food, it's very clear that you're getting something a little bit different, it's just so delicious. Mm-hmm. And it's prepared well, fresh ingredients, and you can tell the chef put his all into it. And it stands out.
So it's like a fine restaurant takeout available for lunch.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And do you have other people? You have your family working there as well, or is it just you two and the chef?
We have 2 employees that help us with DoorDash and Grubhub. Of course, we're just starting out. This is kind of brand new to us in this capacity.
Yeah.
And we have two runners the food will get prepared, bagged up, and a DoorDasher will come to our front door, and we're running back and forth. So we've got a couple of runners. They work great. They're passionate about Chinese food as well. So it's a great combination.
So the best Chinese food we've had in a long time.
Yeah, I got to be honest.
Rice Box Restaurant. Help support this local business. That's what the show's about. Mm-hmm. They're starting up riceboxrestaurant.com and 7310. Go get some food, Tom.
Yeah, that's right. And that's Daniel Feng and Joe Salvagni. Thank you guys, both of you.
Thank you
so
Or should
much.
I say, Shia Shia?
谢谢。
Oh, yeah, there we go. All right. Coming up next, we're going to talk with Michael Johnson, the owner of Pro Snow Removal and Landscaping, right here on the local show on 570 WSYR.